What was Operation Little Vittles? Have you ever heard of a candy drop that brought smiles to children during a tough time in history? Let's talk about Operation Little Vittles, a heartwarming initiative during the Berlin Airlift. The Berlin Airlift itself was a significant operation that ran from June 1948 to September 1949. It was a response to the Soviet Union blocking all land routes to West Berlin. This operation aimed to supply food, coal, and medicine to the people living in the city. Now, within this massive effort, Operation Little Vittles stood out as a special act of kindness. It was started by an American pilot named Gail Halvorsen. He wanted to do something to lift the spirits of the children in Berlin. So, he began dropping small parachutes filled with candy from his airplane. This simple act was meant to bring joy to kids who were facing difficult conditions. Halvorsen's candy drops quickly became popular. He would tie pieces of candy to tiny parachutes made from handkerchiefs. Each drop was a delightful surprise for the children below. The first drop took place in February 1949, and it was such a hit that it continued throughout the Berlin Airlift. The operation was headquartered in Chicopee, Massachusetts, where Halvorsen and his fellow pilots coordinated their efforts. They managed to airlift a substantial amount of candy to Berlin, creating a sense of hope and happiness. The candy drops were not just about sweets. They symbolized goodwill and connection during a time of political tension. For many, Operation Little Vittles represents the spirit of the 1950s. It reminds us of the optimism and community spirit that defined the post-war era. Even in challenging times, small acts of kindness can make a big difference. This initiative brought smiles to the faces of children and served as a reminder of the power of generosity. Looking back, Operation Little Vittles is a nostalgic piece of history that showcases how compassion can shine through adversity. It reflects the international cooperation that was so important during the Berlin Airlift and highlights the human connection that can emerge even in the darkest times. So, the next time you think about the Berlin Airlift, remember the joy that candy brought to those children and the kindness of one pilot who wanted to make a difference.